York, Texas, oh yeah, cause there's no place like California. IADMV, there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, no place like California. California,
I got some out in Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met a from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Dreddy. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bar. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga, and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me up Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California. Cause there's no place like California. California, AATLMIADMV. All reminds me of California. Cause there's no place like California. California,
California, no place like California.
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state, you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Bel Air, Petty to the Detroit. Don't tell him he saw how heavily he balls. Every project, every seashore. And I ain't content trying to see more nomadic. I probably wind up alone. All it takes is a melody to remind me of home. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
No place like California, California,
California.
No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come off the board. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now? Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself some help up front? 2 words here: difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. Boy, it's finger crossing time now with the end in sight. And I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice. Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me. These are tough decisions here. Offense or defense? Which side has the more pressing need? And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available.
Make no difference. to join the cast of Carmen. I never sung a single song before. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference. There are men, and there are giants. Bass and stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Days done changing, hip-hop sizzling, Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west now down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York, roll those in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my ride and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow, working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24, we striving for that goal. I'll stop for nothing, I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Oh, giants, giants.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carr now on first down. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Second down now after the pass completion. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. A strong, and his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Carr throwing on second down. Drops it off in the flat to Jennings. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
To throw, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete to Tate. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the sticks, sets up a first and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Jennings. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Rashad Jennings, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is right through. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete to open things up. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that'll bring up.
You thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon face spitting in my cup all night long. Will your tongue at my throne of power? Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh, no. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make.
I bet you thought that I would lose my mind. Oh, no. I bet you thought that I'd give up tonight. Oh, no.
Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft.
Still cry, yeah. I'm going crazy to get out.
Boy, you talk about a friendly turn to the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
To survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no.
Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? The Cards have seen one player get taken already. Could another be about to join him? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get covered. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Oh, and that's a key upgrade right there. He's versatile, athletic, and a big upgrade over what they had. And there's a pick that does fill a hole, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be the one that improves the overall squad a tremendous amount. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when putting a team together. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap.
You're messing with a sickness, baby. Your heart is a plague on mine.
Needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there.
I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine. This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine. This war is mine.
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have.
Still think you're a hard one, baby. We'll see when the missile rains.
Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine.
Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
Love is destruction.
And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team, because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see him again. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to him or go after... And there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round.
But this war is mine. This war is mine. I am the missile.
So with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth, or do you just try to cover as many areas of the field as... Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense? Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves, and this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless.
Why are you still living in the place? They told me you've been
I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside.
We show our hearts yet entirely. Deliver me from reality and take me to my fantasy.
Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get him over the hump.
I'm running, but I reach the edge. And now I'm falling, so promise that you'll catch me. Promise that you'll catch me.
turn up, turn up, turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff.
I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Will your tongue at my throne of power? Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh, no. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lose my mind. Oh, no. I bet you thought that I'd give up tonight. Oh, no. Bleeding knees, but honey, I can still cry. Oh, yeah. I'm going crazy to get out of this. Oh, yeah. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. I cannot get away from the pain when I, baby. I never get away, get away. Why? I cannot get away from the pain when I, baby. I never get.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. Here comes Nelson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll come out in the pistol. Rivers now to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 34 yards. And it'll be first down Atlanta. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That could be a downside of putting together a team in draft champions week 1. It's early. You might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist. Let me tell you about the young man. Matter of fact, I'ma let Push tell that. Take it by the old man. Had to change her heart and then fell back. Old man lived a long life. Walked around with a long way like Jesus, that Colombiana. That's mere models like. Look at the flick of that wrist. I'm feeling like Leonardo. Let me paint the picture. I might need a bottle. On the road to success, I can feel the throttle. That Michelangelo, hundreds in the envelope. Type when I write. And that old man had to change her heart. Wish he knew it back from the start. Like looked around, seen his wife on the military all over the whole compound. Soon as he seen it, I swear it, I mean it, my man was gone quicker than Domino's. He in jail, everyone falling like dominoes. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
Logic, clockwise, counterclockwise, realest in the top 5. Other 4 ain't rap. I'm just rapping for the side. Yeah, that's coastlines, Panama for the boat rides. Worth billions, and we ain't even need showtime. Just money counters and kitchenware, condo with a in there. We got rich in there. Been a trophy. Aureliotis. Shades of blue, I met you. Let the sky fall, let it rain on you.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week, working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40, in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. Yeah, it's the kind of thing, you know, we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Cowboys going up against the Steelers. And with that, we'll send you up to the North Shore of Pittsburgh at Heinz Field by the Three Rivers as we head it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken very short, and they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. Time for the offensive starters now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a guy to watch out wide, Sammy Coates.
A slow start in his rookie season, only caught one pass in 2015. They're expecting much bigger things from him, trying to help out that offense. If he can get open, you know his quarterback will find him.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And now the defense for Dallas.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at quarterback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Here we go. Who's 30?
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Ben on 3rd and long. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here's Ron.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof on fire.
We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
If I'm not mistaken, home team made 2 threes on my feet, then I pump fake. Baby girl, grab the crew, put a kiss it, sweat leave, Mr. Couldn't took it. Taste sight. On the same team, cheer up. Bunch of that make sit up. I ain't come to blend in, boy, I stand out. Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. If I'm the topic, then the conversation heated. Ray Shrimp getting booked up in every city. Splash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. We set the roof